to do battle in what eventually turned out to be a wonderful game of football. Conditions were absolutely ideal at the MCG tonight, and it was the most important game for both sides. The Bombers last year in the home and away games lost 3 matches, but so far this season they've also lost 3. For North Melbourne, well, they were starting to once again show their strength as they did last year, and people were wondering, could they keep it up in the 86 season? As I mentioned, it turned out to be a wonderful game of football with highlights in every term. Let's firstly have a look at some of the action, some of the great highlights from the first quarter.
Towards centre field, Harvey overruns the ball. High tackle will go against Glenn Hawker. Could have been a 15-metre penalty, but the umpire didn't see it.
Well, there's Cracker and Hurd at it. They've been at it since the start. Hurd's on top of Jimmy Cracker. Oh, then goes
Centre circle.
Centre circle, they're really having a go, but since the start of the game, before the ball was even bounced, there we see Phil Cracker going after Hurd too. And Mark Thompson, then in comes Hickey. They're all having a bit of a diss. This is going to be a real rough game, and Cracker going back there to have a go at Thompson. So it's Hawker down there in the pocket, a short pass to Sam, and he's got it. And he's got a big chance now, getting away from McCann that time. A big chance to put the first goal on the board. Just about dead in front. The kick on its way. And that's the first goal of the night.
Essedndon players playing in front down there. Larkin tries to go through. Cracker, beautifully done. Out to Phil. Hawker can't catch him. A lovely pass. Jonas, 30 metres out directly in front. North Melbourne's first goal of his accurate. So Peter Jonas, who was one of the potential interchange players, has a chance to justify his selection in the side. It looks like a goal. North Melbourne in front. 11 and a half minutes gone. Clark to half forward for Essedndon. Ackley fists the ball away. Straight into the arms of Richardson, but he fumbles. It's slippery. Will he get caught by Dwyer? He won't. The snapshot looks good. Goal. The Bombers bounce back. Richardson on the move from centre field. Ackley and Essedndon. Who's going to recover quicker? Essedndon, of course. On to Salmon for goal number 2. 35 metres out. Shoots. Looks good. Salmon second.
A short pass. Jonas has got it. Whilst on the scene, might be a 15-metre penalty here.
Would have been very close to it, Lou, I think.
No, the umpire saying no, stay where you are. Waiting on Jonas on a 45-degree angle. He's about 45 metres out from goal. The kick is a good one. And that'll be another goal. It's Larkin there. Back it goes. And German breaks clear at centre field. He should go for the long kick, but it's a shocker. There's a chance now for Cracker to pick it up. Short pass by Phil Cracker over there to Jonas. Has got it. And he's well inside the 50-metre mark.
Jonas far above North Melbourne's best attacking player at the moment. Already 2 goals.
Into the quarter by 27 and a half minutes. There it is, coming around beautifully. Another goal. That's Jonas's third, and North Melbourne now still back in this game. Well into it. 3 goals, 2-20 to Essedndon. 3 goals, 5-23.
And that in fact turned out to be the score at quarter time at the MCG tonight, with the standard of the game being set during that first term. Essedndon 3 goals, 5-23. North Melbourne 3-2-20. And already in that term, the Cracker boys, Phil and Jimmy, showing their absolutely marvellous football skills. And North having a winner also in Peter Jonas up forward, while early in that first term, Paul Salmon looking dangerous in the forward line for the Bombers. Was the game going to be any different in the second term? Not on your sweet life. It was outstanding. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from the second quarter.
One against their point post. Siegler. No, that was Lyle. Picked up by Duckworth. He snapped it through off the top of the pack that time, and it was knocked out in the goal. So it's 9 points the difference.
Madden and Lyle. Won by Lyle that time. Tried to find his teammate down there. Baker was in the road. Out it comes to Holt. Larkin around Donnell. Holt again. 50 metres out. Now 45. Shoots at goal. Looks close. Might be a score. It is. It's a goal. Great play, North Melbourne. Salmon this time. Now he needs to settle down. And that, I think, is what Billy Duckworth is saying. Salmon inside the 50-metre line, distance of 45 or thereabout. That looks better. Paul Salmon, 3 goals. Essedndon go further ahead.
Now I'm just wondering how long they'll leave McCann on Salmon, because Salmon's well on top, even though he's only kicked 3 goals, but he could have easily had 6 on the board by now. Knocked out by Madden, dominated the knockouts, pushed on by Elshaw. Coming in to meet it now is Ackley. Copped Duckworth, but he beat him for that. And a good long hand pass out wide. There's a chance now for North to get the ball clear. As we said, go to Robertson. Robertson goes for a short pass. In comes Larkin running to an open goal. This could be good. Yes, he's put it through for a goal. So North Melbourne bouncing back. Chance here for North Melbourne to get clear as Hulver's grabbed, but he taps it onto the wrong man. It goes over to Nobby Clark. To Baker again, looking dangerous. A short pass. It's a beauty too. And it's marked right on the 50-metre mark. A little bit inside that by Simon Madden, who's really come to light in its second quarter. And there's a good pass again. It'll be marked there to Thompson. Now he'd be what? Let me see.
6 kicks and 4 hand passes.
He's played very well too, Pete. He'd be about 40 metres out from now. He wouldn't be quite 40 metres out from goal. The kick. That's good. So it's 2 goals the difference.
Madden and Siegler. Taken by Siegler, but he didn't get it very far. Picked up by Atkins in the road down there at Hamilton. Oh, a little bit slow to get rid of it onto Walsh, just about through it. Robertson was there, picked up by Atkins, point-blank range, shoots and puts it through. 6 points the difference as we approach the 19-minute mark of the term. Knocked down by Lyle. Rains gets the hand pass out. Madden to half forward. Oh, Izzard! He loves a mark, this fellow.
The kick is over the half-forward line down to the pocket. Coming out as Joe, but there's Madden again. He was too confident about that. Cracker gets it out of his brother Phil. A left foot snap at goal. Will it come around? It might. Yes, it's a goal. Beautiful play on the part of the Crackers. That was radar there. 7 goals, 446 North Melbourne to Essedndon's 6 goals, 1147. Grabs it, gets away from Baker. Drives it long, looking down there. Oh, was that a push in the back to Ryan? But there's Cracker again. A long shot at goal by Jimmy Cracker. He's put it in through for a goal.
Brilliant.
Brilliant play, and North are in front. And this is the crowd going mad.
Patrons at the MCG were certainly getting their money's worth, because at half-time at North Melbourne, 12 scoring shots at goal for 8 goals, 452. Essedndon, 6-11, 17 shots, 47, trailing by 5 points. Well, Essedndon certainly had their fair share of play in the forward lines, but poor kicking for goal in many instances see them trail by 5 points, and the enthusiasm of North Melbourne, bearing in mind they're without a considerable number of senior players, particularly Donald McDonald, Wayne Schimmelbusch and Ross Glendenning, are still showing outstanding leadership on the field. And at this stage, anybody's game. Well, most people consider the crunch quarter of a game of football the third quarter. I wonder if this was going to be the case tonight. Let's go to the action now at the MCG. Under lights, we pick up play 6 minutes into the third term, and North lead by 11 points.
Away by Lyle. Second time does get it away from his opposition ruckman Madden. Picked up down there by Holt. Out of bounds on the full. Boundary umpire indicating where the free kick to be taken. And it goes to Nobby Clark. Clark from right half-back flank. It's the hand pass away to Hurd. The tag of Jimmy Cracker for the night. Richardson. Thompson. Danaher from half forward. Salmon. Leading out well from McCann, well within kicking distance. He's gone for a pass. It should be a goal. Izzard takes the mark.
Well, he won't drop him, Izzard. He's the safest mark around, Pete.
Yes, he should be able to put this one through, and a badly needed one for Essedndon.
Well, he's crept right around, but the umpire will bring him square on there. He's got to come round a long way yet. Oh, God, I think he's let him up a bit
I
too,
think,
Pete.
a little lenient, but nonetheless, it was a great mark. Deserves a goal. It's got one. Izzard puts it through for his first. Essedndon come within 5 points. Seven's big league from the MCG. The scoreboard shows the Bombers 7-12, 54. North Melbourne 9-5, 59.
Well, Salmon certainly leading the count of Merry Dance, but who does Kennedy put onto him? Because he's a bit light on for big men. There's the pass right down his throat, but look how far McCann is away. He's given him a mile start. There's Izzard's mark. Little fella never misses it.
Seven's big league from the MCG. 7.5 minutes into the third quarter. 5 points the difference. It's been a crackerjack game of football so far. Lyle and Madden. Lyle doing a little bit better in this quarter. Good block by Hawker. Sees Baker get his umpteenth possession up towards right half forward, but it's picked up by Dwyer. Has to go underneath. Elshaw, short and high. Salmon won't drop this one. Salmon directly in front, has the chance to put Essedndon in front. Thought about going for a short pass. then decides to go back because why shouldn't he? 30 metres from goal.
Well, you couldn't blame McCann for that one because that bad kick of Dwyer's put him out of position. He was backing him up, and of course Salmon was out there on his own, and it was just lobbed over him nicely. That's one time you couldn't blame McCann for that mark with Salmon that time, Pete.
Salmon for goal number 4. So Essedndon coming out firing in the early part of the third quarter, directly in front at point-blank range. Goal umpire says it's full points. Essedndon once again in front. 4 goals to Paul Salmon. The Bombers by 1 point.
Into the quarter by 8.5 minutes. That's the third. And Salmon, a very dangerous player down there today, or tonight. A point the difference in favour of the Bombers. And as Pete said, it's been a top-class game here tonight. And the crowd building up. It has built up since quarter time, and I would say it's well over the 30,000 mark. We had a bit of rain early, but it's pretty fine now, and we've seen a very high standard game. Full of tackles and plenty of tough play, but some brilliant football too. Knocked out by Lyle. It comes back in now, and they go back into attack as we see Norman send the ball down to that half-forward line. There's a chance now for the ball to be picked up by Spargo. Up it goes towards the full forward position. The ball punched out by Siegler. Walsh taps it on. Going after it is Foles, and it's out of bounds right in the forward pocket position for North Melbourne, about 15 metres around from their goal. Waiting now for the umpire to throw the ball back into play. Ball pushed out again. Well, I think that's Ryan down there, not Siegler. Ryan against Madden, trying to get the front posse. Well, he got the tap down. As a go now for Spargo, falls on top of the ball. Cracker gets it out to his... trying to find his brother Jimmy Phil, but it couldn't happen that time. It was Baker driving it out there, punched on again by Duckworth. Coming in to meet it is Dwyer, a hand pass out to Steele. And there's a big chance here for North to go deep into attack. That's a shocking kick, but luckily for him it's picked up by German. A hand pass again to Ackley, in a bit of trouble. Another long one out to Spargo, and he's upended. A good fair bump by Rains that time, and Ackley just absolutely threw that one away. And it'll be a free kick to Rains. Brilliant play on the part of Rains. Ball back out wide now. On his own is Thompson. Thompson quickly plays on. Duckworth has got this. He won't drop it. Beat Law that time, and he's got the kick well within distance. He'd be about 35 metres out from goal. A strong mark by Duckworth, but that all started that play from the great tackle or the great bump there by Rains and that long kick down the field. And that's his forte. It's the kick by Duckworth, and that's a ripper. It's a goal. And of course we see North Melbourne 9 goals 5-59 to Western at 9 goals 12-66.
Now back to the MCG, 13 minutes gone, third term.
Thompson, always in the middle of the pack. Hawker playing well, in great form at the moment. Gets around Ackley. The pass is not a well-directed one. It's taken by Norman to Steele from half-back. Steele to centre wing. Looks for and finds Atkins. To get it moving a little bit quicker than that. Walsh has the sit at the back. Madden almost dragged in a sensational mark. Thompson in everything for Essedndon. To Essedndon, I can say the same about him. On to Walsh. Tries to spread eagle the pack. Does so. Not a long kick though. In the road. Richardson. McCann and Ackley. Rains has kept at bay. On to centre wing. Steele. Out to Atkins again. North need a goal here. No, not a good hand pass. Out the German from his teammate down there. Might have been Norman. Donnell. Sensational high fly. Phil Cracker gets it on to Spargo. A point the difference.
That was great play on the part of Phil Cracker that time. Quick thinking. That's typical of their play. He had no hope of grabbing that and getting clear, so he tapped it nicely over to Spargo, who was sitting pretty there on his own, and popped it through for an easy goal. Watch it in action. There was a big bump. We see Norman go down.
Did well to get the handball out.
Comes back to the pack.
Watch Phil Cracker.
Knocked out by Jonas and tapped on beautifully over to Spargo. It was good play on the part of Jonas too.
Back into the centre. 14.5 minutes gone. Third quarter. 1 point in it. A ripper game of football. Salmon having a run on the ruck, gets it to Duckworth.
And Duckworth sends the ball over the half-forward. Not a good kick. Madden goes after it. McCann's right on his tail, but he falls over. He's having a bad trot tonight. Running to an open goal. Madden, he's put it through. And we're seeing a brilliant game of football. That was great football on the part of Madden. He's the best big player on the ground. He's played well, but it's not a good night for McCann. 10-5, 65 North Melbourne to Essedndon, 10-12, 72.
He's just been moved down there too, Lou.
Well, they moved him out from that position of full back because he was swamped by Salmon, but Madden showing a lot of paper. That's a bit of bad luck, McCann falling over. And, of course, number 27, Madden had no hesitation in pulling that through for an easy goal. Into the quarter by 15.5 minutes.
Free kick at centre field.
The difference 7 points. It'll go to Lyle at centre field, ready to send North Melbourne back into attack, but they've been bouncing back all night. Over the half-forward line, up to the 50-yard mark. Oh, there's a great mark by Walsh. Now, we've had players bobbing into the game all night. That was a fine mark as he kicks the ball wide. Looking there for Essedndon. Off the top of the pack, Jonas shrugs his opponent off. A hand pass to German. He's grabbed, but he shrugged Essedndon off as he goes for a short pass. It'll be okay, and there'll be a mark here. This will be Ryan to take the mark. He's about 45 metres in out from goal, just inside the 50-metre mark. Now, I don't know what sort of a kick this young fellow is. He's only a novice at the game, playing his 15th game tonight. If they want this one, they're trailing by 7 points. There she is on its way. But he's off target and it's through for 1 point, so it's a goal the difference. 66 plays 72 in favour of the Bombers. And as Pete said, we've seen a fantastic game here tonight. Been plenty of excitement, plenty of bumps and plenty of thrills and spills. That's Danaher flying. He couldn't get clear. It's Norman running around in circles, drops the ball short, but it's a ball. There'll be a free kick against Cracker. Interference, 2 fouls. That was against Phil Cracker. All the way that time. And the free kick down there in the back pocket position. A goal the difference. Making good position. He's played a pretty good game tonight, this fellow Hawker, as he gets the ball over to Essedndon. A kick over the half-forward line. Duckworth coming into position. In front. Couldn't hold the mark. He's going to pay it on the shoulder. Strong player, Duckworth. Got the ball out there on that half-forward line. Short pass. Getting under that was Richardson. A chance now for Steele to break clear. Got around Baker nicely. Gets a kick back towards the centre of the ground. Norman flying at the back. There's Cracker. That's Jimmy Cracker. Beautiful, magnificent play by Jimmy Cracker. And look at this for a pass over there to Larkin. About 55 metres out from goal on the half-forward line. Ryan making position. There's Phil Cracker going. He wanted him down. What a great mark. Got away from fouls. And he's got a chance now to level the scores because he's only about 15 metres out from goal directly in front. And do these fellas turn it on for the crowd here at the MCG, Pete? They're a treat to watch, aren't they?
Certainly.
Look at that again. He's only about 5 foot nothing too, but he took it all over fouls that time. He was about twice as big as him. He's got it out there in front, about 15 metres out from goal, taking plenty of time. But if he's successful, the scores will be dead level. 72 points apiece. Let's see what Phil Cracker can do with this one. Walsh on the mark. Oh, has he put it through? Yes, sir. Scores dead level at the 8.5-minute mark of the third quarter. 11-6, 72 North Melbourne to Essedndon, 10-12, 72.
3 goals to Phil Cracker. I think he almost got winded there after that mark. He certainly took plenty of time before he actually kicked the ball. He gets a nice old... well, landed rather heavily.
Fowles gave him a bit of a start then. That's fatal. There's another look at that mark. Eyes on the ball. An object lesson to any young kid who wants to be a champion, Pete.
Well, they're both champions. The Cracker brothers, as Lou said, a great duo to watch. 19 minutes gone, third quarter, 72 points each. Knocked down by Salmon, as I said, having a stint in the ruck. Elshaw gets it out of the centre to half forward for Essedndon. That should have been on the shoulder, surely to Dwyer or nose or wherever. And the free kick going North Melbourne's way. At Essedndon player down, Billy Duckworth. Hand passes on, taken by Ackerley. Steele, right centre wing. Have to kick it now. Here, yes, Norman. Norman gets clear, shoots. It could be a score. Looks good. North by 6 points. Well, Steele showing plenty of pace on the outer wing. 12-6 to 10-12, 78 to 72 on Seven's big lead.
Returning now to the MCG, just over 23.5 minutes played in an exciting third term.
Margin of the night. Salmon still in ruck, wins it, tries to find Thompson, can't do so. Picked up by Atkins. Ackley, who kicked the last goal. Well, who's got that one?
Hamilton.
A raffle. Hamilton. Hamilton from centre half back. Out to half forward. Mark Strong. Law. Oh no, it's a hospital one, that one. Thompson and German both misjudge it. German's quick to recover. He gets well blocked. Or well shepherded. Now he's got the hand pass on. Lyle gets it back to him. Should go long from there. He has done, up towards half forward. Chance for the Kangaroos here. It's Spargo. Onto Larkin. Hawker's there. Shoots. Larkin does so. Goal! Larkin puts through another one, and North Melbourne having a purple patch. It's his second, and North Melbourne 14th. 14-7, 91 to 10-12, 72.
Well, they dragged that right from the outer side of the ground, as you can see there. And Spargo dropped that one. It was a difficult mark, but he recovered well. Quick thinking, and what's the beautiful play there by Larkin? He's a magnificent player, a lot of class.
Well, a class player, Larkin, yes, and it was unfortunate that he missed the early part of the season. He was my pre-season favourite in the Brownlow Medal, but he's playing Brownlow Medal form tonight as we enter the time-on period. Over the top from Clark. Knock away by Holt. Couldn't get it very far. Oh, Elshaw should have got a free kick.
He did.
The advantage well played. Here's a chance for Duckworth to put through another one. He will from there. Surely, yes, Billy Duckworth has done it and keeps Essedndon in the game. And Duckworth making it goal number 3. What a game of football. 14-7, 91 to 11-12, 78.
Just on the 25.5-minute mark, we see Elshaw. There's no doubt about that free kick against Law. Fooley's play, and of course the umpire playing the advantage rule. And Duckworth had an open slat at that time to kick an easy goal. So the difference now is 13 points. As we approach the 26-minute mark. Centre bounce again. 13 points the difference. In favour of North Melbourne. Knocked out by Lyle. Going through is Danaher, but he copped the heavy bump that time. Hawker can't pick it up. They're all having a dip now, and the umpire will ball it up once again at centre field. But it's been a top-class game here tonight. And no one can get that break to win the game. It's been tough, but it's been fair and it's been good. 13 points the difference. Lyle again got the tap down. Dunnell with a quick kick back towards centre half forward Essedndon, but he beat Ackley that time. He's hard to get away from, this little fellow, as he sends the ball over the half forward line. Salmon, one hand to it, couldn't hold it. Backing up well as Dwyer's gone for the boundary line. He's put it out of bounds.
Oh, goodness me.
He's made a couple. He's done some great jobs down there, but he kicked badly tonight, Peter.
He has.
Made a couple of shocking mistakes, young Dwyer, and he's got a lot of talent. And big kick down there when you're in defence to get the ball away from the danger zone. There's a chance now for a score here. Ackley's right on the 50-yard mark. Not Ackley, Elshaw, I should say. Pack fly, no one can take that. They all went up, those Essedndon players. Staying down was Ackley. The ball goes over to Atkins now. A long kick out towards the wing position. Phil Cracker coming after it. He'll get Foles away. He'll leave Foles for dead here. What's this? He's grabbed. He gets a hand pass back. Brilliant play. And North Melbourne are clear. We see German breaking clear now. He's looking for a lead. Can't find anybody as he sends it down towards the full forward position. And there's a good mark in defence by Hamilton. Showing a bit of confidence here, going for a bounce, this young fellow, as he kicks the ball back towards the wing position. Punched out by Steele, picked up by Elshaw again. Over it goes to Baker. Back to Elshaw at centre field. Scoots around German. He's at centre field now. The ball back over the centre half forward position. Hazard at the back, couldn't hold that one. We see Dwyer over on him, tapped away by Law over towards McCann. Is that deliberately out? I think it might be. No, the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt there, and the ball is out of bounds on Essedndon's half-forward line on the 50-metre mark. There's the play by Phil. There's someone threw a beer can over there. Aren't they foolish?
Road Scogger.
Bit of fumbling going on by both sides. It's fairly coming out of the pack. He's played well at centre half back. We see there'll be a free kick to Danaher. He was grabbed when he didn't have the ball against Norman. And the free kick will go out there at centre field. Over 28 minutes gone of this third quarter. And it's still 91 plays 78. in favour of North Melbourne.
Well, Essedndon remaining cool in the crisis, though. North Melbourne have provided some excellent entertainment night games here. They lost to Hawthorn by 3 points in a game that many thought they could have and maybe should have won.
Great mark to Salmon then, Pete. Strong mark.
Yes, he had the height to outmark the rest of the pack there. Good grab.
Well, they all had to go to knock it away. They didn't have the strength to do it. He was towered over the top of him.
Towers over the top of anybody. Paul Salmon for goal number 5, and they'll make it interesting here because we're 29 minutes into the term. North Melbourne lead by 13. If he can kick this, it'll make it 7 points. He's 50 metres out. He'll kick right on the line. That's a pretty good sort of a kick, Paul Salmon. 7 points the difference at the MCG. What a goal. 5 to Salmon, the leading goal kicker in the match. Duckworth has 3 for Essedndon. Jonas and Phil Cracker, 3 for North Melbourne. 91 plays 84, 7's big lead.
Watch that mark again. There were 2 of them having a go at him. He was too strong and too tall. That was a great mark and a beautiful kick by Sam. That's his 5th goal for the match.
53 marks to 40 in favour of Essedndon tonight, and that was certainly one of the better of them. Salmon back at full forward, has kicked 5. 29 3/4 minutes into the term, a difference of 7 points. Ryan and Madden, won by Madden, knocked away by Shane Hurd, picked up by Baker. Duckworth crashes his way through. Ackley, Madden, beautiful hand pass to Rains, a goal will make it a point. Point the difference. Great football, Essedndon. They're a champion team, make no mistake about that. 91 to 90, 14-7 to 13-12.
What a quarter of football it was at the MCG the third. 13 goals scored for the term and still only 2 points separating the two sides. So North Melbourne go into the final quarter with a slender 2-point margin. The scene was set for a rip-roaring 30 minutes of action. Let's get straight into it now. Back for the first bounce of the final term.
Final quarter, MCG on 7's big league. 2 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. They led by 5 at half-time, but at one stage during the third quarter held an advantage of 19 points. Knocked away by Walsh. Chance for the Kangaroos, picked up by Norman. Norman's gone for a pass, and that's effective. The mark taken by Peter German. And German, 50 metres out from goal, has a chance to put the Kangaroos further ahead. 11 kicks and 8 handballs to German. Been a fine player tonight. That's going pretty close. Will it have the distance? Has it got the legs? The goal umpire says yes, it has. Great start for North Melbourne. 35 seconds into the term. They lead by 8 points.
That's so important, that goal, straight after that bounce at 3/4 time. Watch that kick from 50 metres out. And it went through, and Madden just about got there, but couldn't reach it, misjudged it. And that's given them a good start for the quarter, Pete.
Couldn't have started better. That was just what John Kennedy and the Kangaroos wanted. With Peter German putting through his first goal, couldn't have come at a better time. 8 points in favour of the Kangaroos. It's been a scintillating clash. Crowd of over 30,000 at the MCG tonight too to see it. Knocked away for North Melbourne out of the hands of Atkins. Now a chance for once again German to pick it up. German onto the left foot, down to right half forward flank. Hurd, I would have thought, almost got a free kick there. He's gone for a hand pass to Clark, picked up by Rains. Rains has kicked long and high. Back to the centre circle. Lyle in front. Madden almost a grab. Hawker. He's been a brilliant player tonight. Hawker can't take that one though. Atkins takes the hand pass. Gets it back to Spargo. High ball up to half forward. Robertson, has he got it? Nearly. Can he get clear? Turns brilliantly in front of Clark. He's put it high. Some tall North Melbourne timber needed down there. Walsh, a good mark.
That was a good mark, Pete.
Started to come into his own in the third quarter, just when Essedndon needed him. He's been a great contributor tonight, but it was a good mark. Knocked away by Lyle. Knock on by Atkins into the open spaces at the right half forward flank. The ball out of bounds at the 2-minute mark.
8 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. North Melbourne getting a goal within 35 seconds of that bounce at the start of this last quarter. And that was a very handy one indeed, but it's been a crackerjack game tonight. There we see Thompson falling on top of the ball. Went the punch, but the umpire will ball it up right on North Melbourne's 50-metre mark on their half-forward line. Well, neither side can get a break. I think North Melbourne had the biggest break of the night, 19 points, but Essedndon soon pulled that back to size, and the umpire will ball it up again. This time it's about 60 metres out from the North Melbourne goal. But there's been plenty of hard bumping, plenty of thrills and spills, but it's been a very fair game. And it's been a high-class game. Waiting now for Madden to do battle here with Ryan. Ryan grabbed that one, tried to get a kick in the pack. It was taken off his boot by Walsh. Over it goes to Baker. It's been a fine player. Punched it away by Fairley. Done a great job at centre half back. It's Essedndon sending the Bombers back into attack. As they go now for Nobby Clark to drive it up there to Salmon. No, it's Spencer, I should say. Overruns the ball coming. Oh, great play by little Dwyer. Gets a hand pass back to McCann, but he can't pick it up. He can't do a thing right tonight, Stephen McCann. He's made a lot of mistakes, but he's played well this year, so I suppose he's entitled to a one-off game, Pete.
Well, I don't know that he really wanted to pick it up. I think he was content to run it out.
Well, I would have picked it up in any case. Oh, there's nearly a free kick. It finally comes out now to Larkin. A short pass to German, who's been a fine player too, and he's got the mark out there at half-back. Into the quarter by just on 4 minutes.
Light rain still falling.
Ball pushed back now, punched on by Steele. Trying to pick it up, they're all having a go. Baker's grabbed, got his boot to it, comes back to Steele, scooped it in beautifully. The kick smothered again. Out it comes. There's Law playing strong football. He was tripped going through the pack, but the umpire said it's out of bounds, and it's just about on the centre wing position. North Melbourne 15-8-98 to Essedndon 13-12-90. The ball back into play again. Oh, snatched off the pack beautifully by German. Over the up towards the half-forward line, coming out the metre is Cracker. And that is Jimmy Cracker there, and the ball is out of bounds up towards North Melbourne's half-forward line. 4.5 minutes gone of this last quarter, and North Melbourne hanging on there by 8 points.
And that rain just getting a little bit heavier. Lyle hits it straight to Danaher, who was well tackled, nearly through it. Atkins gets tackled by 2, make it 3. On to Jimmy Cracker, up towards Walsh and Ryan. Phil Cracker tries to get clear. Around 1, around 2. Brilliantly done, Cracker. And he kicked it off with a goal. Oh, brilliant stuff. 4 goals to Phil Cracker, and that was the goal of the night. 14 points, North Melbourne lead.
You watch the way he mesmerises these Essedndon players. Kicked up there by his brother Phil, knocked out that time by Ryan. Now he balked. I don't know where they're going. A quick left foot snap at goal and put it through, and no wonder he's elated.
4 goals for Phil Cracker. The Cracker brothers in great touch again tonight, particularly Phil. North Melbourne by 14 points. They led by 19 early in the third quarter, but Essedndon pegged them back. Knocked down by Lyle. A knock on up the half forward. Is that a mark? No, I didn't think so. The umpire logically didn't play it. German takes the hand pass. He's got it back to Larkin. Larkin 50 metres out. Fires. Close. A goal, I think. It is. North Melbourne lead by 20 points, and that is the biggest lead of the night now. 110-90 on 7th big lead.
Well, they've put the Bombers in the hot spot now. As Pete said, that's the biggest lead for the night. Bit of bad luck that time for Hamilton. A quick hand pass coming over. And we see the ball driven up there by Larkin. A long shot at goal and just squeezed in, but that's enough. And that's given them a 20-point lead. The biggest march of the night. He's been a fine player tonight, Larkin. And he's really coming back to top form. Centre bounce again. North Melbourne in front by 20 points. Will the mighty Bombers go down again? As Merritt gives it over there to Elshaw. Up there it goes wide, but the umpire's found a free kick. I think he might have thrown it.
I didn't notice a throw.
Well, I don't know, but Merritt having a talk to the umpire, I think he indicated that was thrown. And, of course, Fairley, who's done a great job at centre-half back on Merritt. He hasn't had that many kicks himself, but he stopped the big Bomber from taking over in that position. Ball pushed out by Ryan. Don't duck your head, Baker. And, of course, the umpire said hold the ball against him. And it'll go to Jimmy Cracker. And they've really come into this game since about halfway through the second quarter. There it is over to Phil. He's got it. One in the back could get a 15-metre penalty. Yes, he has. This brings him over the 50-metre mark, about 40 metres out from goal. And he can easily pop his 6 goals through. And if he gets this one, the Bombers are in a lot of trouble.
Actually, the Crackers started to come into it in the time-on period of that second term. They kicked a couple of goals, or had a hand in a couple, in the last 5 minutes of the quarter, and they've been brilliant.
Well, they've been sensational. They play by radar, these two guys, and as we've said many times, I don't think I've seen 2 more exciting players in all the time that I've been following or playing football.
He's kicked 4, Phil Cracker.
And that's a big statement to make when you think of the Jeselenkos, the Baldocs and the Stewarts and all these, the Barassis and the Whittons and all those great players. There's Cracker now. That's Phil having a shot at goal. It'll be okay. That's goal number 6. And that makes the difference. 26 points the difference now in favour of North Melbourne. And they've got a big grip on the game. 18 goals, 8, 116 North Melbourne to Essedndon 13, 12, 90.
So Phil Cracker putting through goal number 5.
5, is it? I thought it was 6.
And they're pretty happy. Great effort. There they are. Jimmy and Phil. 8 and a quarter minutes gone. Final quarter. North Melbourne lead. The biggest lead they've had tonight. Larkin. Law. That was almost a throw. Long ball. Knocked away by Gary Folds. Can he get clear? Almost gave it to Jimmy. Out it goes to Danaher. Tried to sucker it off the ground. The Essedndon skipper can't get the hand pass out. And umpire Rowan Shores will ball it up at the 50-metre mark.
The Bomber defence getting a touch of the Staggers at the moment too, Pete. Pretty evident there.
26 points the difference. 18-8. Great kicking by North Melbourne. Madden has played a lone hand in the ruck for that was Salmon. But Madden really has played well tonight. He had a stint at full forward as well. Thompson played well, particularly in the first half. Now it's back to Fairley, and I must echo Lou's thoughts on him. He has played very well tonight. Salmon again. Over to Rains, in trouble. Great tackle from Cracker. Back to Salmon. Kick smothered. Phil Burrows in there again. Picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton's kick back to where Spargo should have marked it. Could have almost been given a free kick there. Hawker grabs him well, not holding the ball.
Could have been a bit lucky, North Melbourne. Things are falling into place for them, Pete, I'll say that.
Well, there was a free earlier. He let it go, and then he could have been penalised for holding it, so perhaps fair enough.
Well, Sheedy's got Salmon down there in defence. That's how desperate they are now. That's Lyle coming out of the pack with the ball, but he can't make any progress. Rains goes down. The umpire will ball it up again at centre half forward for North Melbourne. But they're 26 points in front, 116 plays, 90. Into the quarter now by just on 10 minutes, or 9.5 minutes gone. Phil Cracker's kicked 5 goals. Salmon's has done likewise as Rains get the ball out now. It's smothered by Law. He can't get clear. Now it's Hawker's turn, but they swamp him there. He can't get out. Neither can Lyle. Little Robertson's collared, and the umpire will ball it up again around about the centre field area. Been a great game, Pete.
Certainly has. One of the best we've seen this year. Ball up at centre field. Lyle, 20-metre punch, but intercepting is Danaher. Equally long hand pass to Hawker. Certainly one of Essedndon's best. Great tackle, Spargo. Out to Robertson on centre wing. In pursuit, Elshaw. He's gone long towards the boundary line. It beats Steele. And a boundary throw-in will take place on centre wing. Excellent crowd tonight. It wasn't huge when the game began, but halfway through the first quarter, they really streamed in excess of 30,000 here. Merritt and Lyle, won by Merritt. Slipping over is Fairley. One of the few mistakes he's made tonight. Picked up by Steele. That kick is very close to the boundary line. Danaher goes the fist. It comes down to Robertson again. Spargo doesn't fumble this time. Spargo from left half forward. 55 metres out. Long shot. Phil Cracker there. Goal! Full points. North Melbourne alive at the MCG. That was a long kick. 19-8 to 13-12. 122 plays 90.
They're a light now, North Melbourne, Pete.
32 points the difference. That's the biggest margin either side has enjoyed. 19-8 to 13-12. That was Spargo's second goal as we approach the 12-minute mark of the quarter. Essedndon into attack. They'll need to do something quickly. Richardson gets it out to Thompson. Up to Madden at full forward. He was held by McCann. Opportunity for Duckworth. He's kicked a couple tonight already. Here's a goal to Spencer. And that's a badly needed one to Essedndon. At the 12-minute mark, Spencer puts it through for his first goal. Essendon's 14th. 19-8 to 14-12. And that's Essendon's first score of the term.
What's that again? Really a free kick going over there to Madden, but backing up well as Duckworth, spotted Spencer, and an easy goal. So just over the 12-minute mark of this last quarter, and Essedndon trailing by 26 points. They're not out of it by a long shot. We know their fighting spirit, and let's hope they can bounce back. They've got Salmon in the ruck now. Madden down there at full forward. Of course, Salmon's already kicked 5 goals in that position. Knocked out by Salmon. Knocked on by Jimmy Cracker. The umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Jimmy Cracker. Got one too high. And the Crackers have been sensational since just before half-time. Over it goes now to Ackley, goes for a long pass, looking for Norman, got under that one. Ryan went down too. There's Phil Cracker on the boundary line. Look at him scoot. He'll get away here from Donnell, left him for dead. Beautiful play as there's a running shot at goal. He might have got this one. A goal, what a goal. What he's down too. Let's hope he's, I know he'll be okay. Oh, what a goal. 20 goals, 828. North Melbourne to Essedndon, 14-12, 96. What a goal that was. He's giving the thumbs up sign. Look at him balk him here. Down goes Donnell. He couldn't keep up with him, and a left foot snap right on the boundary line from about 50 metres out, and it never looked in doubt.
Probably would have got another kick, Lou, would he?
I don't know, Pete, but he's down, but he's up okay now. Watch him go again. The balk. Beautiful blind turn that time from Phil Cracker, and that's goal number 6. And they go back into attack through Law over their centre-half forward position. Ball knocked away from Ryan. Coming through that time was German. Couldn't get clear. Beautiful spin out by Rains. He tapped the ball on Millier's throat. Going after it now is Larkin. This looks dangerous.
Oh!
Well intercepted by Spargo. Stopped Walsh. He copped one over. It goes now to Jonas. But he's missed it. It was a pretty tough one from Walsh. But we saw Spargo do the right thing trying to block him. But that's all Walsh could do. 129 plays, 96. And the Bombers really in trouble as we approach the 14.5-minute mark of this last quarter. It's been a brilliant game of football, and this big crowd here tonight would enjoy every moment, I would say, Pete.
Oh, I wouldn't write Essedndon off yet. Donnell now toward Danaher, but they'll have to lift their game. Hamilton, good tackle, Dwyer. Danaher. Baker. Richardson. Baker again. Looks for a hand pass. Foot pass out towards left centre wing for Essedndon. Rains doing battle out there, pushes his opponent out in the back, and that's Larkin. And it will be a free kick for that offence.
The longer the game goes, the better this fella's got tonight, Pete. He's a brilliant player.
He is. Larkin from right centre wing for North Melbourne. At the back is Walsh, punches that one down well. And it's going to be out of bounds at the right half forward flank, about 80 metres from goal. North Melbourne in attack, 15.25 minutes into the final term, knocked away by Paul Salmon. Atkins fumbles, and after some good hip and shoulder work there, and once more out of bounds. Still right half forward flank, perhaps a little bit further around from the scoring area. Over the top, Jonas. German grabbed and dropped it. Must be a free kick to Essedndon. The recipient will be Elshaw at left half-back flank. Elshaw takes off pretty expeditiously. Over it goes to Shane Hurd. Hurd from left half-back flank. Chips it in short, looking for the skipper. Danaher couldn't take the mark. Spencer fires out a long handball up to Richardson. Collects steal, or was it vice versa? They both let go one. Ball paddled further forward from Merritt. Merritt looks for little Ezzard. Ezzard 50 metres out. Steadies and fires. They need a goal badly. Essedndon, it's not bad. I think it's there. He's put it through. So the Bombers come back again. Alan Ezzard putting through his second goal. It's Essedndon's 15th. 27 points the difference.
It was good play on the part of Merritt. Spotted Ezzard. Ball pushed out. Watch Merritt. Ezzard, and you give him a break. And he doesn't let you down. He's steady. That's the way to have a shot at goal. And it's through for full points. And the difference now 27 points.
12 kicks and 7 handballs for Alan Ezzard.
Just over the 16-minute mark, it'll be a free kick to North Melbourne. To take the free kick will be Lyle at centre field. Goes out wide. It could be dangerous. No, it's okay. And Atkins has got the mark in front of Rains out there on the centre wing position. 27 points the difference. And the ball over the centre-half forward position. The pack fire. That's Salmon at the back of the pack. Donnell trying to thread his way through over to Hamilton. Fumble. Back to Robertson. Back it goes towards full forward. The ball punched away. Hamilton lost sight of it. Back to German. A snappered goal. This will be good. It's another goal to North Melbourne, and they're 33 points in front of game. And I would say it's really good fight to North Melbourne because they got their answer all the time. 21 goals made. 135 North Melbourne to Essedndon 15-12, 102.
The 1986 Victorian Football League Premiership season is proudly sponsored by Carlton, brewers of Foster's Lager.
All you can say is what a wonderful performance by North Melbourne, finishing it off with a 7-goal final term. to run out easy winners. 21-11, 137. Essedndon coming home, but oh so late. 18-13, 121. 16-point margin going the way of North. Kicks and the stats belonging as far as that to North Melbourne. Marks going the way of Essedndon. Free kicks to North Melbourne. Handballs to Essedndon, and shots at goal pretty well even with Essedndon just 2 more. Now, main goal kickers, Phil Cracker, 6 for the evening, and I wonder if he'll start thinking about medals come the end of September. For the remainder, Peter Jonas kicked 3, Matthew Larkin also 3. They were the main goal kickers, whilst for Essedndon, Paul Salmon 5, Alan Essedndon finished off the game well to end up with 5, and Bill Duckworth, defender come forward, contributed 3 goals.